Varicose veins. What are they? What can we do about it? Varicose veins are those distended or enlarged veins where blood pools, typically seen in the leg due to static blood, right? So the blood is not being pumped back to the heart. Those veins have valves that are oriented in one direction to prevent backflow, right? So the body's really smart, and it did that so that the blood gets pumped back to the heart. Now we have to pump this blood with movement, right? So if there's a lack of movement, say from prolonged sitting or standing, or it could be from being obese or even pregnant, then that blood can pool in those veins and they can become enlarged and you can see them through the skin, right? So what can we do in terms of lifestyle? Well, we said that blood is static, right? So of course we want to move. So exercise makes sense. How else could we get that blood flowing back to the heart? We could elevate the legs. So if you elevate them above the chest, say you were sitting down, you elevate them, it'll promote the flow coming back to the heart, right through the inferior vena cava, if you guys were curious. We could also wear compression stockings, and losing weight would not hurt. So what do we have in terms of natural supplements for heart health in general, right? And also for varicose veins, more specifically. Well, all the things that are good for heart health are going to be good for varicose veins, right? Because they're lowering blood pressure. And if we lower blood pressure, that blood's going to flow a little bit easier. So what we have is a recipe of opening our blood vessels with a compound called nitric oxide. So how do we elevate that? Well, in terms of food, nitrates are what we're looking for. Not sodium nitrates. Those are very different. Those are processed, associated with chronic disease and cancer, all this bad stuff, right? The processed nitrates added with sodium. Nitrates are naturally found in things like beetroot and dark leafy greens like kale and spinach and Swiss chard and all that good stuff, right? So if we eat those, we have nitrates. They're converted to nitrites and then nitric oxide. That's a thing that's opening our blood vessels, lowering blood pressure, improving blood flow. Boom, we got nitric oxide. You also find citrulline in watermelon, for example. Actually, citrulus means watermelon in Latin. And so, they're great for enhancing blood flow or watermelon, but have a lot of sugar. So maybe leafy greens and beets would be a better bet. Nitric oxide, we have that without getting too far off track. So now nitric oxide is a gaseous unstable amino acid. So it's something that we would like to stabilize and protect in the body so that it can act longer and act better for its purpose of improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. So how do we do that? We have antioxidants with it. Things like extra virgin olive oil, which is also very high in antioxidants in general and monounsaturated fatty acids. It's great for your heart. It's great for improving blood flow, lowering blood pressure, contributing to the health of your artery walls, a whole lot. So EVOO is absolutely on our list for top things that are venotropic or promote blood flow through our veins, right? And lower blood pressure and is good for your heart. So we have the nitric oxide boost. We have extra virgin olive oil. Cocoa polyphenols definitely makes the cut. Those are antioxidants we find in dark chocolate. If you don't like chocolate, you could replace that with grapeseed extract. So now what this is doing is the antioxidants, that is what they are doing, we should say, are protecting the nitric oxide. And so now it's being sustained is the release of it for a longer period of time. We have it being produced by eating those nitrates, right? So now if we could enhance nitric oxide signaling in the body, well, that would be wonderful. And garlic does that. So you guessed it, garlic is great for a lot of things. Mechanistically, it could be good for immunity, although it's not a top proven supplement in human trials for immunity. It is still something that's great for you for a myriad of purposes. Garlic enhances NO signaling, right? It contains the antioxidant allicin as well, which could also help to further protect and sustain the release of nitric oxide. Now, aside from that, more specifically for varicose veins, maybe a more pure venotropic would be something like pycnogenol, pine bark extract, 100 to 200 milligrams with breakfast is what you're looking for. Could also be good for OA, but a few other things too. Comes from the bark of a French tree. If you guys were curious, I forget the name of the tree, but pretty neat stuff. So that's what we got for varicose veins. You want to move, you want to elevate the legs, and you want to eat those healthy things that are very specifically good for lowering blood pressure and improving heart health. Now talk to your doctor before you take any of those and get all your nutrients from food first and foremost. That's it, baby. Who do we got on here? Let's say what's up to everybody. SBU Bowling Bashley. James Costos, you good with that for now? That's awesome. Carr, Meg, what's up? And Brandon Malone, as for now. So we got for you folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday and happy Wend Wellness. See ya. About to eat a bunch of tuna. Okay, bye.